to exam, right? So let's start. So good morning all once again. So we shall start discussing the MCQ question on probability distribution. So what is my first question? The standard deviation of a uniform distributed random variable between 0 and 1, right? Standard deviation of a uniformly distributed random variable between 0 and 1 is given. Okay, so here this is the problem based on uniform distribution. Okay, so in this case you should know what is the standard deviation for a uniform distribution, right? The formula for uniform distribution, standard deviation is required over here. Okay, so let's see what is the formula, right? So this problem can only be solved if you know the formula of standard deviation. So what is the formula of standard deviation? So standard deviation of uniform distribution, standard deviation of uniform distribution is given by, so what is the formula? Formula is b minus a upon 2 root 3, right? So what is b and a over here? So the uniform distribution is defined as, what it is defined? It is defined as f of x is equal to 1 upon b minus a, right? And over a less than or equal to x less than or equal to b and 0 otherwise, right? So here a and b are the interval over which the probability density function is defined. So that how it is defined? 1 upon b minus a. Okay, so let's look at the question. Identify b and a, right? If you get b and a, it means just put the formula values over here, you will get the answer, right? That is standard deviation. So what is a and b? So what it is mentioned, that random variable between 0 and 1. So what is my a? So a is nothing but 0, and what is b? B is 1. Okay, so just put in this formula, a as 0 and b as 1. So what we get? 1 by 2 root 3. But we don't find this option over here, right? So we will fit it into the option. We can write 1 by 2 root 3. Take this 2 inside. So when this 2 goes inside, right? So this becomes 4. 4 into 3, 12. So what we have? So we have 1 by root 12. That is option number A. Okay, right? Question. The next question is the mean of Poisson distribution. So what is the mean of Poisson distribution? So we know the mean of Poisson distribution is given by what? Yes, anyone? So that is given by lambda. Okay, and what is lambda? Formula for lambda is nothing but n into p, right? So if you find the option n into p, that will be also correct, but here we don't find that option. So only answer is lambda. Lambda is the mean of Poisson distribution. Again, we know that in a Poisson distribution, the mean and variance both are what? Equal, right? Both have the value lambda, which is given by n into p. N is the number of trial and p is the probability of success. Okay, so option D is the correct one. Let's have the next question. What is the next question? The probability of failure Q for binomial distribution with mean 8 and variance 4 is. So here we want what? Here we want the Q, value of Q, probability of failure for a binomial distribution. So how this can be done? Okay, so you should know first of all what are the given quantities and how I can make use of these given quantities. So we know that in a binomial distribution, again this the many of the examples related to distributions can be answered, right? If you know the standard parameters. Standard parameters means various properties of the distribution. Various properties in the sense you should know the value of mean, variance, standard deviation and many more things, right? So which we have discussed in the class. So as this is the problem of binomial distribution, okay, so we need the mean for binomial distribution. So what is the formula for mean of binomial distribution? So mean is given by nothing but what? N into P. Okay. Whereas variance, what is the formula for variance? So variance is given by N into P into Q. Okay, so these are the things given. What it is given here? The mean is given as 8, so NP is 8, whereas variance is given as 4. Now just simplify this and have the value of Q. So as I want the value of Q, so what I'll do, I'll just divide variance by mean. So NPQ by NP is equal to what I will get? I will get it as 4 by 8. Okay, and the NP will get cancelled. You will ultimately get the value of Q. So Q is equal to what? It is 1 by 2. So in this way we will get, right? So always before solving the example, just think about what are the things given, how we can make use of the given things to get the required answer. Okay, now let's have the next question. Next question is a probability distribution showing the probability of X success in any trial where the probability of success does not change from trial to trial is termed as, yes, so various choices are given: uniform distribution, binomial, hypergeometric and normal. So see here, in n trial the probability of n successes are required where we don't have to consider it vary from trial to trial, right? So that probability is nothing but a binomial probability distribution, right? Whereas from the remaining one, the it changes from trial to trial because all the others are nothing but high are applicable for a continuous random variable, whereas this is the only one which is applicable for a discrete random variable. Okay, and we have to consider whatever is the success in one trial is to be considered for any trial. So that's why option B is the correct one, binomial probability distribution. Now let's have the next question. In case of exponential distribution, which of the following relation holds? Right? Exponential distribution. So you should first know what is mean by the exponential distribution. So exponential distribution is defined as, what it is defined as? So it is defined as f of x is equal to alpha e raised to power minus alpha x for x greater than 0 and is 0 for x less than or equal to 0, right? So if this is the density function of exponential distribution, okay, then in this case what we get the mean as equal to 1 by alpha, right? Whereas variance is nothing but 1 by alpha square. Okay, why I am telling you all these things? Because all these things you find in the option. We find mean, we find variance, we find standard deviation. So we want to relate them, na? So we should know first of all what are their values. Okay, so mean is 1 by alpha, variance is 1 by alpha square, whereas the standard deviation, right? Standard deviation is 1 by alpha. So what we find here? The mean is same as standard deviation. So which is given in the option number C. Okay. In this way, the problem will be solved. So I will suggest you to remember all these quantities for every distribution which we have studied so far. Okay. Now let's have the next question. Sixth question. What is this? A random variable is uniformly distributed over the interval 2 to 10. Then its variance will be. Okay. So very first question which we have discussed is regarding the standard deviation of uniform distribution. So what is that? That is given by b minus a upon 2 root 3. So can't we find the variance from this? Yes, yes. Just take the square of this. You will get the variance of this. Okay. So let's see. So what will be the variance of uniform distribution? So variance of uniform distribution is given by b minus a whole square by 12. right? This is the formula, b minus a whole square by 12. So we need just a and b. So remember, a is always the lower value and b is always the highest value, right? So what will be my b? B is 10 and a is 2. So what it will be if I'll put these values? So 10 minus 2 whole square by 12, you will get the answer. So what it will be? It will be nothing but comes out to be this option number 8. So it is 8 square. So that is 64 upon 12. So if you will simplify this, right, just cancel out with the 4. So this comes out to be 16 by 3. So option A is the correct one, right? So problem sometimes looks very difficult, but if you know these standard parameters, standard things, basic things, it will be very simple to get the answer in just some seconds, right? Let's have the next one. So the mean and variance of Poisson distribution. Just now I have told you that the mean and variance of Poisson distribution is always equal, right? They are always equal. And what is their equal value? Their equal value is given by lambda, and which is nothing but related to the experiment n into p, right? Where n is a number of trial and p is the probability of success. Okay, now let's have the next question. What is my next question? So assume that the duration in minutes of a telephone conversation follows the exponential distribution. Okay, what it is given by? It is given by f of x is equal to 1 by 5 e raised to power minus x by 5 x greater than equal to 0. Obviously 0 for remaining one. So probability that the conversation will exceed 5 minutes is, so here what it is asked, that is the one thing you should understand. And what is the another thing? Another thing is that how to get it, right? So let's find out how to obtain this. So probability in duration of a, so okay, so if I'll compare, so first of all you need to find out what is the uh, what we can say, what is the uh, formula, what is the formula uh, of exponential distribution. So for exponential this distribution, we have f of x is equal to alpha e raised to power minus alpha x. Okay, now just compare this, find out alpha. So what we find here, so you will get it as, here alpha is equal to 1 by 5. Okay, you can see both the things, with the alpha in the exponential as well as here in multiplication must be same, they cannot be different. So alpha is 1 by 5. So what it is asked, probability that conversation will exceed 5 minutes, right? So means probability, if I denote x by as a conversation, right? X denotes is the random variable, which denotes the conversation, right? Will exceed 5 minutes means x must be greater than equal to 5. This I have to find out. So how do we find this? So exponential distribution is for a continuous random variable. So what we will do, we will apply what, the formula, it is in the form a to b. So we'll apply the formula in integral from a to b. So 5 to infinity of f of x dx. Okay, now the substituting f of x. So integral from 5 to infinity, f of x is my 1 by 5 e raised to power minus x by 5 dx. Right, integrate this. So we have 1 by 5. Integration will be e raised to power minus x by 5, isn't it? Upon what we have, minus x by 5. Sorry, minus 1 by 5. So this 1 by 5 will get cancelled. Now apply the limit 5 to infinity. So if we will apply the limit, say upper limit. So it will be what? 0. Whereas for lower limit, just put x as 5. What we get? E raised to power minus 1. Okay, upon minus 1. So how much we are getting? E raised to power minus 1, which we can write as 1 by e. Okay, so in this way we get the answer as option number A. Okay, I hope this is clear to